gentlemen, we are not merely here to celebrate or to witness the signing of a facility agreement. We are here to celebrate a milestone. We are here to affirm a vision and embrace a bold new chapter in Ghana's economic story, led not by foreign interests, but by our own. Ladies and gentlemen, for decades, I have passionately argued, sometimes with frustration, always with conviction, that Ghanaians must be empowered to move from the periphery to the center of the mining value chain. We cannot continue to be mere labor providers or royalty collectors while others control the equity, the strategy, and ultimately the wealth of the nation. Today, I feel vindicated. Engineers and planners, a wholly owned Ghanaian company, has secured a $100 million facility from ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development to acquire the Black Volta gold project. Now, this will be the first large-scale indigenous-owned gold mining project in country, a long overdue breakthrough and a powerful symbol of what is possible when vision meets courage and ambition meets execution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is happening at a very opportune time. John Mahama, our president, his government, is pursuing an aggressive policy agenda aimed at promoting greater Ghanaian participation in the industry. The initiative by ENP gives strong credence to the government's commitment, not just in word, but in deed. Indeed, it is a practical expression of a policy vision that seeks to anchor resource nationalism in indigenous entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, let us be clear. And I repeat, let us be clear. This is not a favor. There is no political patronage here. This is not crony capitalism. This is not about friends and family. The deal we are witnessing here today was actually initiated as far back as 2023, October, with no fanfare, no interference, and no backroom dealings. It is, in every sense of the word, a commercial transaction built on merit, backed by a strong balance sheet, and grounded in solid business fundamentals. Ladies and gentlemen, the courage and foresight of ENP under the distinguished leadership of Ibrahim Mahama, who I first met in 1998, when he came to seek advice about entering the mining industry, deserves our highest commendation. Back then, his interest was alluvial mining, and specifically Kibe gold resources. He came to see me with his partner, Richard Levac, and I said to them that while alluvial mining was unlikely to yield sustainable returns, hard rock mining was the future. The young man then, now he's got gray hair, listened. He built a company. He earned the respect of the industry, and now he stands tall, poised to fulfill a vision that many considered impossible. Congratulations, Ibra. You have made us all proud. Ladies and gentlemen, the success of this deal is not just about one company. It is about national economic transformation. For far too long, the mining industry in Ghana, despite its immense contribution to exports and foreign exchange, has been largely disconnected from the broader economy. Why, you may ask? Because the ownership has been foreign largely, the procurement has been offshore, and the capital goods have come from abroad. There has been little integration, weak linkages, and minimal domestic value creation. Ladies and gentlemen, this must change, and it starts today. The move by ENP represents precisely the kind of change we need. When Ghanaians own the mines, when the decisions are made here, and when the value is retained within our borders, the contribution of this industry to Ghana's GDP, job creation, and industrial development will be significantly enhanced. That is why I call on government, not for handouts, but for preferential policy treatment and incentives for reforms that will make it easier and more attractive for many more Ibrahims to own, operate, and lead in this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, ownership matters, equity matters, and national pride demands that we do more to ensure that our people are at the heart of our mineral wealth development. Please clap for me. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to share a brief anecdote with you, one that is both instructive and inspiring. In the early 1990s, South Africa, like Ghana, faced a similar conundrum. A mining sector dominated by a few powerful conglomerates with little or no black participation. Through the deliberate black economic empowerment policies, the South African government, of which I was proudly advising, sought to shift this imbalance, not overnight, but systematically. From that policy emerged one of Africa's most iconic entrepreneurs, Patrice Motsepe, a lawyer by training, who acquired marginal gold mines that no one wanted and turned them into a thriving company, Africa Rainbow Minerals. Today, he sits at the pinnacle of African enterprise, not because he was given charities, but because his country had the foresight to create the framework for opportunity. Ghana must do the same. Our entrepreneurs are not lacking in talent. What they often lack is access to capital, access to opportunity, and access to policy support. If we remove those barriers, I have no doubt that many more Motsepes, many more Ibrahims would emerge from Ghana, blazing trails, not just in mining, but across all sectors of our economy. To ABID, whose president has honored us here with his presence, I say bravo. Your decision to back this project with a substantial $100 million facility is not only a strong vote of confidence in ENP, indeed it is a bold endorsement of the indigenous entrepreneurship and a practical commitment to the economic emancipation of the ECOWAS region. You've not only provided funding, you have indeed de-risked hope, and I pray that other banks, other DFIs, and investment partners will follow your lead. To engineers and planners, you are living my dream, a dream I held for decades, a dream that many believed was too ambitious. You are proof that when local talent is matched with strategic discipline and bold leadership, nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather to celebrate this moment, let us also reflect on the responsibilities it confers. This must be a project that sets new standards, not just for profitability, but for environmental stewardship, local content, community development and engagement, and good governance. We must show that Ghanaian counterparts and companies can compete with the very best and do so with integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, let today be the dawn of a new era. Let the day be remembered as the day we turned the corner from resource extraction for others to resource empowerment for ourselves. Let it mark the beginning of a national agenda to reclaim our rightful place in the mining industry, not as observers, but as owners. Let us rise as a people. Let us mine our gold and own our future.